in project management, you need to know what gets done when, by whom, and with which resources. And these capabilities are available in SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition.
We really get good feedback from them on what they can achieve, and they report back that there is an increased compliance that they can observe, that they see increased productivity and access to real-time data, and that, as one example, they are able to accelerate the financial closing from 5 days to 3 days.
Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of SAP Expert Talk. My name is Yannick Peterschmitt and I'm the head of Cloud ERP Product Success Enablement team. And with me today, we have online Ruediger Schroedter, an industry expert for mining. And in the room here, we have Ursula Gruen, our customer expert, and Andreas Steinwender, our product expert. Today we'll be talking about an interesting topic, Cloud ERP for mining. So Ruediger, what is going on in the mining industry today? How is the mining industry changing?
Well, the mining industry is very dynamic right now, especially in the mid-tier junior mining space. Mining is traditionally a very capital-intensive industry, requiring a lot of investments until a new mine is built and permitted, and after that, the ongoing maintenance and expansions. We find now quite some smaller greenfield and startup mining companies than what we had over the previous decades. Those new miners are attracting capital investments from outside investors, financial companies, but also from traditional mining companies. As we started to shift towards renewable energy and battery-based storage in the last 10 to 20 years, demand for commodities shifted, and with that the investments. These materials, commonly known as critical minerals, are new energy minerals, and they are short in supply and are experiencing high demand. They are not only the minerals which are required for battery manufacturing, but also rare earths which are required for high-tech applications, permanent magnets and windmills, or silicon and glass for photovoltaic, for instance. Even if the demand for those materials, and also want to include copper here, has risen quite sharply over the last years, the prices are still volatile and impacting profitability.
Okay, thanks. So if I get it right, this is an industry in a big transformation. And Ursula, different from other industries, mines have a lifespan, right?
Yes, they do. And the traditional lifespan of a mine is like 30 to 50 years. And they go through certain phases in that lifespan. And I'll take you through that. And they start typically with the exploration phase, where they find out, is there a body of ore? Is there a deposit of minerals that is worth to be extracted? Is it economically does it make sense economically to look into that extraction? And if that is positive, they will start to build the mine. And building a mine is as complex as building a manufacturing plant. So there is not much of a difference there. And once that has happened, they go into the operational phase, and hopefully sales starts and revenues start coming in, and so the operations phase is then going on hopefully for quite some time. And when we look at the critical minerals, it has changed a bit. Those 30 to 50 years, they are no longer valid. Everything happens now really in a time-lapse mode, and the age of a mine is much shorter nowadays than it was before.
That's interesting. So you're saying that the energy transition that we see and feel everywhere today is starting with mining. So Ruediger, what are the needs of especially small miners?
Everything about renewable energy and also high-tech chips starts with mining. When it comes to running the business, they look typically for software solutions that can grow with them and are budget-friendly and quick to install. They are looking for best practices and industry-specific processes. With SAP Grow, we have a scalable offer for our smaller mining companies, especially in these early phases in the mine lifecycle, as well as overall for companies in the new energy material sector.
Do you see different requirements in managing mineral exploration versus the operational mining?
Yeah. For instance, when a company is in the exploration phase, they must manage their investment capital projects, do human resources, and do some purchasing. So at that stage, outside investors want to see that their investment dollars are very well spent. And typically, these are often small companies. So this is perfect for cloud ERP architecture, as the total cost of ownership is more affordable. And as finances are very important, it is great to say that our intuitive Fiori interface makes managing their finances very easy. You get full transparency into how much money you are spending, or in the financial closing view, you get a detailed view which tasks are already completed and which you still have to work on. You can even drill directly down here and complete a closing task right away.
And what I would like to add there is, I think it's not only that nice interface, at least I think it's nice interface, that you've just seen that makes our solution attractive to those so-called junior miners. We also have a price point which is affordable for them. Contracts of some of our clients, they start with something like 15 users. So we have several of those smaller clients that start in their exploration phase in some of the lithium miners that we have there. And the beauty of it is the scalability. So as they grow, they can grow their IT footprint. And another example of where that scalability would be of high interest for them is when there is a larger miner and they tend to create some startups or spin-offs with new business models. One of the examples is that we have a client who is repurposing previous mine sites and develops solar farms on them. And then they have a ready-to-use energy plant that they can sell.
Okay, interesting. So how does this change when they are developing the mine, Andreas?
Yeah, so we have different clients currently which are in the mine development phase. And during this phase, the functional scope of the ERP system grows a lot. If you compare them to a mining company in exploration phase. So larger project needs to be managed, expenditures allocated. And for example, it is important for customers in this phase to manage the inventory and track it in real time. And in the inventory overview, you not only can quickly see all the current deliveries, but you can also drill down here and track all the materials that are currently in transit. Another very important topic for customers in the mine development phase is project management. So in project management, you need to know what gets done when, by whom, and with which resources. And these capabilities are available in SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition. You can open directly all the available projects and control them from a costing point of view. The project planning application provides an overview of all the different project phases and enables you to track the ongoing activities.
And let me add there, I mean, our customers, they typically come to us once they've outgrown the very early stages of being a mining company. Normally, they would start with the areas of finance and procurement to keep control of these processes. And I mean, you can't work for a long time with spreadsheets. I mean, that doesn't run for all of the time. So you need to have that structured and scalable manner of working. And you need an integrated system which provides you with the visibility on the operational processes. And as an additional benefit, I guess you don't want to install new software every time, but you'd like to have access to cutting-edge technology such as AI whenever it becomes available without having to add another software supplier to your IT landscape.
It's even kind of a myth busting because I guess most people don't think that SAP has customers that can start with 15 users, and the scalability of the solution helps them grow, not only the number of users, but they can evolve the scope of the product to follow the evolution of the mine. So let's assume a company is fully operational and really begins generating revenues. What can SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition do for them now, Andreas?
Yeah, maybe before I answer that, first let's recap again what we saw already. So we started with miners in the exploration phase, where financial capabilities are most important. Then for companies that are currently developing a mine, functionalities like project management or inventory management gets more important. Now, for a fully operational mine, the scope needs to grow again, which can be easily done with SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition. So one area that gets important in this phase is maintenance management. You can not only get an overview of all the current maintenance orders that you are currently deal with, but you can also directly drill down to them and schedule them according to your needs. But looking at functionality, there's really a lot to talk about regarding SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition. But Ruediger, maybe you can give us some insight what's important for these customers besides pure functionality.
Absolutely. Small and mid-tier miners don't have typically the huge IT budget, the staff, and the specialist. You need a system that takes the burden of the IT staff, the management, and the users. They want to have an easy to implement solution. That is delivered by the S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition solution. The intuitive Fiori user interface is complemented with state-of-the-art AI capabilities like our assistant Joule that analyzes your ERP data and helps you navigate through the system.
And looking at the heart of an IT system, I would like to add, for me, it's really the data. And for our clients, very often, that's what they tell us as well. They need to have one source of truth. And to that source of truth, they want to have best practices that enable them doing efficient processes in operations and finance. And that helps them run compliant with financial regulations. And that doesn't only help the executives to sleep better at night, but also it gives the investors the confidence that the company is well run and the investment money is well spent in this company. And as they typically need to grow, they need to attract additional investors. And so it's also a good thing to be able to prove the viability of the company.
And I think now it comes about a content question, right? So say I'm a mid-tier mining company. Ruediger, how do I start implementing SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition?
SAP has industry-specific partners with qualified partner packaged solutions for the mining industry. They provide a complete solution regardless at which stage you are in the life cycle of the mine. These packaged solutions take the risk out of implementations as they are fixed price, fixed scope, and fixed time offerings with industry best practices.
Yeah, and they come really in with all kinds of functionalities, such as blending to achieve the right quality, or commodity management light to manage the risk of fluctuating prices, or functionality like stockpile management. These are all very mining specific, and there's even more that our partners have to offer. And to get a good overview of all the available partner solutions, I suggest you go to sap.com and navigate to the mining industry page. You can filter here by solution and deep dive into all the available products our partners provide. So
we've talked about the customer typology, we've talked about the software, the cloud software, we've talked about content. Now things start to talk about business benefits for their customers. And I'm sure, Ursula, you're talking to a lot of them. What are they reporting back after using our cloud software?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to mention it's not something that is geographically limited, the use of SAP software in this industry, and it's also not limited to specific industry subsegments. I mean, we have customers all over the world. We have customers from segments like minerals, like lithium. We have precious minerals miners, like for diamonds. We have non-metal minerals like salt. Even some quarries are among our clients. And a large portion of our customers is also from the mining service industry. And we really get good feedback from them on what they can achieve. And they report back that there is an increased compliance that they can observe, that they see increased productivity and access to real-time data, and that, as one example, they are able to accelerate the financial closing from 5 days to 3 days.
This is great to hear. A remarkable story, very interesting, and I can see that there's a lot of value for mining companies on moving to the cloud and starting the journey with SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition. Ursula, Andreas, and Ruediger, thanks a lot for joining me today. And to the audience, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and share this video and drop a comment to let us know your opinion on the discussion today. Feel free to check out our community, And of course, reach out to us via insidesf4@sap.com. See you next time.